Alrighty, it's Tuesday. It's time for a flash update. Hey, it's still Monday in other parts of the world, and we've just tagged all-time highs. The question is whether or not this is going to end up being a double top and have a bit of a pullback, or we're just going to tread water and then continue to do what we have been doing and just keep on blasting higher. As you can see, a lot of these parabolas are still very much in play for the time being. So it's been an amazing run. We're certainly getting extended on, weekly RSI at 86, but the stars continue to align. So I'll mention a couple of things quickly. I guess the first thing I do want to touch on is all the excuses in the world why people have missed a lot of this move. And I talked about this in last Monday's flash update, but things like PayPal here, $85 million volume, a little bit quieter over the weekends and public holidays. They're straight back into it now with a couple of days of 40 million. And, a few weeks ago before this all launched, it was down in the under 10 million sort of range there, give or take. So there's a lot of money and a lot of trading continuing to happen. We're reading these stories about more and more big names getting involved. So Niall Ferguson is widely considered to be one of the most well-respected financial historians in the world. I know Dan Tapiera and heaps of the American guys were just tweeting about this yesterday. It was just huge to see someone of his stature putting out pieces on Bloomberg. And these people weren't interested in Bitcoin 12 months ago. And all of a sudden, Bitcoin is winning the monetary revolution as the old system is failing. It's virtual, it's scarce, it's sovereign. It is just unreal to watch this unfold day by day now. Stan Druckenmiller, now Niall Ferguson. Raul put out this tweet about, hey, last thing I want to mention here, I want to drop a bit of a bombshell. I've gone 80-20 Bitcoin and ETH. I've got rid of, heaps of my other assets. Still own some, some gold, some bond calls, whatever. But 98% of my liquid net worth. You just can't see a better opportunity here. And some people are saying, oh, that's so irresponsible. But if you think about what's been traditionally the diversified portfolio and the right thing to do, 60-40 stocks, bonds, and then you tweak from there. Well, equities have just gone mad lately. You have a look at the tech stocks. The top 5 tech stocks are driving 25% of this rally. There's so many reasons why it is not a good time to putting money into equities, even though the bubble might get bigger if QE continues. And bonds, for the first time in history, the $100 trillion bond market is just heading all over the world further into negative yields or real negative yields, because central banks are trying to get inflation higher while a bond is paying you zero or negative. So they're just becoming a worse and worse investment. And on top of that, even if you do manage to find a country that's still paying a tiny yield, 0.5% in the US, the fiat currency that they are paying you in, they're giving you 0.5%, but this year they've printed 25% more fiat. So in real terms, you're over 20% worse off. Now, you can relate this back to equities and say, well, I found a good stock that pays a 6% dividend. Again, it's paying you in US dollars, and you're still 20% worse off if they're going to print 25% more US dollars all around you. So when you put things in real terms and actual context of what's going on, this is why the scarce nature of Bitcoin is becoming more and more of an attractive bet. It's self-reinforcing because a lot of it is all based around the belief system that it is a currency. And now more people believe in it than just about every other currency, and that now includes the world reserve currency. So that is monumental. And as far as the 20% ETH goes, look, I know a lot of people don't like ETH, the maxis and whatnot, but tech, software, the digital world, all those narratives are the strongest investing narratives at the moment. And you've got this thing that's just so fast growing, all the innovations there, all the smartest minds are leaving the biggest companies to work on this. You've got all these geeks that are well-funded and rich. They're so passionate about this. It's not work for them. They just love it. And it's all over the world. Global libertarian, it's a whole ecosystem that's beginning to flourish because of the network effects. You can pioneer and do whatever you want. If you think there's a market demand for that, it's completely free market economics in play. So look, I actually don't think it's that irresponsible compared to a lot of people that had this exposure leading into the GFC or the next financial crisis, or even if it doesn't crash and you just get inflated away. I think there's so many other better options now. So that in itself was super interesting. Last night I tweeted about $1,000 daily candles are cool, but I think we're about to see $1,000 hourly candle. Look for that money to kind of get sucked out of alts for a little bit, as it does, just as traders kind of go back to Bitcoin to push it through key levels. And that's kind of what we saw last night. ETH had a big sort of flash wick where a lot of money, a few $1 million of all the whales kind of gets pulled out, and then they use that to push it through these key levels on high volume. Don't blink and you'll miss it. And sure enough, I went to bed, but I woke up and look at that. These are 15-minute candles. So we did over $1,000 in 5 or 6 candles. So pretty much we did $1,000 in an hour, like I said, which is just insane. Now at the moment, if we go back to the charts, it's having a little bit of a pullback now. I think you're going to see some profit taking and whatnot. Whether or not that leads into something bigger remains to be seen, but it's just so positive. Big picture. This this monthly candle close that we just had is just insane. So that's the previous highs here, around far out. Crazy to think we were debating $14,000, give or take a few dollars, and now we're right up here. So hey, even if this does pull back and ends up being a monthly bull flag over summer, it's just setting up for an absolutely monster 2020. The other thing I want to mention is we are going to have our launch party in Decentraland. So some of you got a sneak peek at that. This is kind of what we want the building to look like from the outside. Now inside, it's going to be a collaborative work environment. It's going to have all like our tutorials playing and all our education there. You can meet up with your friends and do work. It's going to be pretty big, open workspaces as well as private offices to do professional work, where I'll be having international meetings in Decentraland. This is where we're going to have our screenings of different events. We might even play the Sunday night video, or every day we have a video and we upload it. We might let it play here, and you can go and watch the videos with your friends if you like. It's kind of a community driven thing that we want to do. So that is really, really awesome. And what I do want to mention as well is that we're going to have a bit of a launch party. So the way that this will work, the building itself is a smart building. So when you walk into the building, this is all going to be free, all the educational stuff. But when we have a function like the launch party, they're going to be, limited to the space. So 100 tickets, for example. The first one's already sold. So these are going on sale for 1 ETH, but these are an evergreen NFT ticket. So you get the NFT, which is like a collectible in and of itself. But this is your ticket, your admission. The smart building will recognize you when you walk into the building, and it will beam you to the top floor, or it will beam you to the viewing room for the function or whatever we're doing. So you can resell those. They will trade on secondary markets. For example, if there's a big event coming up and it's sold out, someone might be willing to pay 1.5 or 2 ETH to attend it, and they get it's a golden ticket because it's perpetual. It's forever giving you access to the premium events. So members, I will make sure you guys get first access to those, but I did want to open up to everyone because we think the building is going to be finished hopefully by even Christmas. So we're going to have a big launch party. Whether or not that can be a Christmas party, a New Year's party, or a New Year launch party, it's going to be only a few weeks away now, and I did want to let you all know that. So the link is below if you want to get one of those golden tickets. I think it's just such an exciting concept that we've got these, smart buildings and everything that is becoming possible in the NFT space. And hopefully our building is going to be a bit of a pioneer, a bit of a leader, because I think so many more people, well, I know for a fact more people are setting up there. The last thing we want to mention here is the Ethereum documentary. So that is out. Anyone can sign up to Real Vision Crypto. It's a free platform. Members, if you don't want to sign up to that, I'll make sure that we upload it and share the link for you guys to watch that as well. And I think Real Vision will probably put it up on their YouTube and other platforms in the coming weeks. Anyway, at the moment, they just want to get people to sign up to their free Real Vision Crypto platform. So, look, it was awesome. I had not seen the final cut of this. until it went out this morning. Hopefully this is an evergreen bit of content that explains to all your friends and family that are saying, oh, what's Ethereum? I just don't understand it. Hey, send them here. I think it's 95 minutes. They did a monster job of cutting down like 7 hours, I think, of content down to 95 minutes. So what an exciting time. A lot of strength in the market. Maybe we're going to see a bit of profit taking here, but it's just what a time to be alive. December 1st, big monthly candle close. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.